As you can see, our bumpers and plastics on the van are quite faded and discoloured. I've heard so many pieces of advice on what to use that I couldn't decide which would be best. So we're going to try out 5 of the suggestions that we've heard. Some are commercial products and some are other recommendations. We'll see how they initially go on, and then in a future video we'll take a look at how they've held up over time. Thanks for watching our video, and as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please pop them in the comments below. If you find the video useful, please like, share and consider subscribing. So what are the options we're going to try to make this look better? First of all, we're going to try a heat gun. We'll also try peanut butter, boiled linseed oil, Meguiars Ultimate Black Plastic Restorer, and Gtechniq C4 Permanent Trim Restorer. At this stage I'm not going to try Cherry Blossom Shoe Polish, although it regularly gets recommended. This is because I wanted to try to revive the plastic rather than recolour it. If none of the reviving options work, I may resort to it in the future. So let's make a start with the heat gun. We're going to try this out on this plastic panel on the rear passenger side door. With all of these, we're going to start by making sure that the panels are clean. And then once dried, we'll make a start. I decided to use this nozzle to focus the heat and make it easier to direct where I wanted it to go. And then tentatively I started to heat at the panel, keeping an eye on not getting it too hot so that it loses its texture, and protecting the paintwork with some cardboard to prevent any damage to the paint. After completing the panel, it looks pretty good. Here's a before and after shot. Now let's try peanut butter on the panel on the rear driver's side door. This was a bit messier to apply, but at least I didn't have to worry about damaging the paintwork. Once completed and then the excess cleaned off, it looked really good. Again, here's a before and after. And this solution was definitely Juno's favourite. Don't worry, it was dog-safe peanut butter. Boiled linseed oil was the last non-commercial suggestion that we tried. We applied this to a section of the side trim. This was actually one of the easiest to apply. Initially it did leave a slightly sticky residue, but it looked very good. Now the first of our commercial solutions, which is Meguiars Ultimate Black Plastic Restorer. We're going to use a different section of the side panel here. This was pretty easy to apply, but it did take more rubbing it in than any of the other solutions so far. And the result was not quite as good as some of the others. Finally, Gtechniq C4 Trim Restorer has some bold claims. When it arrived, I was shocked at the small amounts that came for the price. We're going to use the front bumper here, which really does need some work. The instructions for this product suggested degreasing the plastic first. I started out thinking there is no way this small bottle is going to do even the front bumper of the van. Adding a few drops to the supplied pad, I started and was actually amazed by how good the coverage was. That few drops went a long way. The C4 was by far the easiest to apply, and the results were impressive. However, I had used 3/4 of the bottle just on the front bumper, albeit it is quite a large bumper. So at this point, what do we think? Here's a quick look at all 5 of the solutions. Well, you can see they've all done pretty well. There is, however, quite a variation in price, with the C4 being by far the most expensive. However, if it lives up to its claims of lasting 2 years, then I probably would say it is worth it. The linseed oil is probably my budget choice, only because the peanut butter may well attract wildlife, and it did smell for a few days. The heat gun, whilst effective, I would be worried about its long-term impact on the plastic. It's been 1 week since we applied the solutions, and so far they all still look good. So we'll be keeping an eye on it over the coming months, and we'll do a follow-up video later in the year where we'll make our final pick. Thanks for watching our video, and as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please pop them in the comments below. If you find the video useful, please like, share and consider subscribing.